Hi, good afternoon. Corey Thorne, psychic medium, spiritual healer, and life coach, coming in to do the channeled monthly message for October. This message is for Gemini. Please remember that this message is not to replace any medical, psychological advice that you've been given. I know I have to say this every time, but I need to remind people that this is to be taken as a form of entertainment only. I am a professional life coach working in empowerment and transformation, and I do book sessions for all of my work on my business, on my website, CoreyThorne.com, or you can send me an email, CoreyThorne22@gmail.com, and put in your requests there if you're unsure of the booking system or how to use the booking system. So please, it's all in the information below. And also, please remember that this is not a personal reading. This is to be taken as a general. It may not resonate with you this month. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. This is a collective of those people under the zodiac sign. I'm not an astrologer. I am a channel. So I am channeling through these messages for those born under that sign or have Gemini in their sign. So the message that's coming through for me is practicality for Gemini. It's like you're trying to be very practical. This is a month of think practical, make decisions from a practical thought. I feel as if you have some losses to kind of that you're going to have to experience and go through, Gemini, and that may be financial, that may be relationship, and it may also be family member. I don't know exactly where that's coming in, but I just keep seeing a little bird fly by, and I keep looking at the window because I'm a little bird keep flying by my window, and I feel it as if that's not that a bird's a sign of this, but every time it flies by, I'm like going south. The bird's going south. The bird's going south. The birds are leaving. I live in northern Alberta. It gets quite cold here, and the birds do leave. We should all be leaving when it hits -40. But what's coming up is that you've been trying to do things by the book. You've been very practical. You've been very organized, but you cannot be that in charge, is what it feels like, because it's leaving behind a lot of chaos and conflict. And that's exactly, and so I'm using Call It Baron Reed's deck of cards, the Oracle Wisdom cards, Wisdom of Oracle deck of cards. Sorry, I'm a little bit dyslexic, so I kind of mix up my words every now and then. So by the book is the card that came out for me, and what I'm getting is that you've, and I don't go by what the meaning of the books. This is how it resonates with the channel message. And so by the book, what I mean is that you keep trying to keep things together. You keep trying to hold life together. You're trying to be practical, but it's just like, when you make that decision from your heart, those who love you, your family will follow suit. And the family is your offspring. Your offspring is your family. Your family are those who are by your side. So sometimes it's really good friends who's got your back. But I feel like it's time to kind of clean house. It's time to clean out the old energy, time to move past what's not making you happy, but you're about to co-create. And because you're about to join together in a partnership of somehow. So if you're single, I feel like somebody might not agree with this relationship, but it's the relationship that's aligning to you, Gemini. You have to make that decision for you. But I feel as if you are co-creating or coexisting in a new life, a new relationship, and a new way of looking at things. But not everything can be by the book. And it's the ending of the chaos and conflict. The biggest chaos and conflict is in your own head, because you kind of get in your own way, thinking that you need to be in control, or things need to be done a certain way, or this is how things are done in life. And no, it's not. Also, Gemini, I'm picking up a lot of the color red around you, a lot of red. And I feel like what's coming for me with the red is I'm going all the way to the root of you, to the root of your issues, or the root of your insecurities, Gemini. I feel like a lot of the insecurity issues that are rising for me rise around I want to say dad issues, a lot of daddy issues, a lot of abuse, or not always physical, but emotional abuse or detachment, as if dad was detached from you, from the family somehow. And I know this is specific and it doesn't always resonate with everybody. So please remember, this is not someone you might be saying, oh, I had the greatest dad in the world. Well, yeah, you did, but somebody else didn't who's a Gemini. Because remember, this is collective. So I'm picking up some daddy issues. So if you're choosing a partner based on trying, that looking for someone to daddy you, to take care of you, wrong, get out. That's not the relationship for you. It is going to fizzle and fall apart because you need the intimacy. You need to feel as if you're sexually alive, Gemini, because without it, that other side of you will peek out, and it's like there's a lively, outgoing person on the other side. So choose based on the woman or the male energy of you that really steps up and says, this is the adult of me deciding that I'm clearing out the daddy issues, not that they're over, but I'm recognizing now that the trauma of the past or the actions of a father before is not going to be repaired and fixed in a partnership or relationship that I'm in now. You have to make your decisions based on who you are today, not on who you were or what your stories were in the past. Gemini, I am picking up some financial insecurities around you, and I'm like, what the hell are you concerned about? Everything is going to work out in your favor. It always does. I feel as if, Gemini, there's a lot of you that worry, and then when everything falls back in place, you're like, oh my God. And it's like, how did that happen to me? And so joy is what I'm getting. And I'm sorry, I just had to shuffle some more, and I'm pulling through the angel energy is what's coming up. And that there's, you need to start understanding yourself and the current situations you're in, and why you keep getting yourself in the current situations, or why is this here? What is challenging you? Why am I being challenged this way? Why am I being tested this way? It's because you will not make a move. You will not make a change. You will not do things that need to be done because you're fearful of making the wrong decision. There is no wrong decision. And but you have to get your facts. Get all the facts in place. Sorry, this little bird keeps coming back. Have all your facts in place. Make sure everybody is being honest, and this understanding keeps coming up of having to go into making sure the foundation of you. This is the child issues. This is the child issues around you that are that you know exactly who you are. That you know exactly who you are, and it's like, let life unfold for you. It's what's coming up. Let life unfold. There's a lot of things going to be unfolded in the next couple months, October, November, December. By January, I feel like it's like all the way open. It's like we just got this phyllo pastry that got this whippy cream stuff in the middle, and it's all sweet and yummy, and you want it so bad, and you want to bite into the whole thing without looking what's in the inside, or without going through the layers of healing to get to it. And it's like, now it's time to kind of peel back the layers, let everything go. Then when you get to this in like January, February, you're really going to honor, appreciate it, and you're going to be so happy with taking the time to really go through it properly, but also that you had to fall in love with yourself first and fall in love with all of who you were, and to see so many, see the joy that's now in your life by January, February. It's like, but you falling in love with yourself is all about walking in the grace. And this is my friend Kate Gong's deck of cards that I'm using right at this moment that pulled out presence and awe. And presence, what's coming up here is that higher awareness and feeling the essence of grace, feeling that beauty, that love, the wonderfulness of life. And that's that little gooey little center of sweetness, and that you have that within you, that sweet spot that you're trying to reach, that level of happiness. And it doesn't come from hanging on to your inner child issues. It comes from healing those and finding yourself in a better place as an adult. And as you do, it's just that feeling of awe, the essence of the holiness, that when you know beyond know that you're so connected to the divine source, and that, you know what, the only judgment that's really placed upon us is placed here amongst the humans, not amongst the God consciousness. When you let go of those stories and conditioning belief that you've been told that you're being, you're going to go to hell and you're being judged and blah, blah, blah. If you let that go, and I'm not going into the debate about the hell story. This is just how, as I got it. It's just that if you let go of the fear of making choices and decisions that align to your happiness, that bring you to the ooey gooey center of you, and that you find yourself making a life decision to live fully in your happiness, then you're seeing the because then you see light and you see love everywhere. Let yourself experience that. Let yourself be happy, and just know that we don't have so much control as what we think we have. Some of life is fated, and you're on a fated journey. Much love to you all. Have a wonderful October, and I will see you all in November. Bye-bye.